Please never mind the wet hair, it's such a busy day and we got a lot of stuff to do. If you're new here, hello! My name is Evie. I am a wildlife artist and I run my own product-based business where I sell enamel pins, stationery and other things. And this weekend I have a huge convention coming up in London. It is the London Film and Comic Con, which happens at the Kensington Olympia at the start of July. And in this video I'm going to show you everything I do to prep for conventions like these. How much inventory I bring, how I make my signage, how I make art prints, how I select the products I'm taking, and how I pack my suitcase, because why not? So yeah, it is gonna be a busy day, so let's get started. It is currently 3 p.m. the day before setup, so I need to leave here tomorrow at noon in order to get to setup at 2 p.m. tomorrow. So we got about 23 hours, and I'm not doing an all-nighter. You don't want to do that before your first convention. Tip number 1, don't do an all-nighter. It's not worth it. Maybe unless you're doing like Dokomi or something. Anyhow, let's get started. If you're new here and you want to subscribe to my channel, feel free to do it whenever you feel like it, or don't, whatever you choose. I hope this video is useful to you. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know below and I'm happy to answer anything. I read every comment. And yeah, let's get started. This is Klaus. He is a shepherd chow. I am fairly new to conventions myself. This will be my 5th one ever, but I feel like I've learned so much. And I also, I think there's a difference between getting advice from someone who's done like 20, 30, 50 plus shows, someone who's done 1, someone who's done 5, like all those different levels have different things to say. So I thought, you know what, just because I haven't done a ton of them doesn't mean I don't have useful information, and I feel like I've learned so much, so I wanted to share that with you guys, and I hope you enjoy the video. The convention itself will be a separate vlog later on my channel, but if you want to see that, feel free to subscribe, and yeah, you'll get notified, I'm sure. Let's get into it. Got so much to do. I know, it's a busy day, baby. As we go through my studio, you will notice that it is absolute chaos here, so please don't get mad at me for being so messy. It's just, it is what it is. What can you do, right? Yes, I am chaotic, so that is just how it is. Let's start with selecting which products we're gonna bring. One thing I've found from doing my past few events is that I really clutter up my space with like a lot of products. And although it's nice to be able to showcase everything, and I think a lot of people who shop in Artist Alley are quite like used to being able to browse around and kind of seeing all the different boards of items and things, I still think it's nice to have a more tidy and curated space, so it's something I want to try out. Will it work? I don't know. But I feel like my past few setups have been very cluttered and I'd like to do something more tidy and cohesive. So we're gonna go through my shelves and I'm gonna note down the different enamel pins that I want to bring. I am centering them all around freshwater wildlife and we're gonna make a nice display board for them. In the past, and I'll put some visuals on the screen here, in the past I've used these hooks to kind of just hang enamel pins and products so that people can grab them themselves. I've never personally had any issues with theft or anything like that, but they take absolute ages to hang up. And very often the hook will damage the card, so then I have to like swap out the card before I can sell it in my shop again. It just doesn't seem worth all the extra effort. So yesterday I went out and I bought some A4 frames, like these ones. They're just very simple A4 picture frames, and you can obviously get them in a different size if you want to. My printer only prints up to A4, so I chose an A4 because I do want them to be as big as possible. And I'm just going to print like a decorative page to put inside. And I'm going to number my pins on there so that people can easily like tell me which one they want. I bought 4 of these. I only needed 2, but the store I went to only had 4 left. And they often sell out of things and don't bring them back. So I didn't want to risk not having any if I choose to expand in the future. And I'm going to tell you a secret. There won't be time in this video, but I do want to paint these. So I chose a green color that goes well enough with my like setup and my thing. But ideally, I'd want to paint them in like a very bright yellow. There won't be time to do that this time around, but it is something I recommend you have a look at. If you can't find frames that are, your color scheme or your style, have a look at just painting them, because often you can just do acrylics, just your regular home acrylics, but it'll take a couple of coats. I don't have time to do that. So for this convention, just using the green ones as they are. I do like them though, they're quite cute. Also, they're going to be a lot lighter because I'm taking out the glass and I'm taking out the backing. So it is going to be much lighter to bring these along. The benefit of having like small items, small products on boards, say enamel pins, acrylic keychains, stickers, the benefits of having those on boards is that they're already set up to display. So when you arrive at the venue, they're already set up in frames, so once you have your table set up and your shelves, you can just pick up the frames, put them on the grid cubes or whatever shelves you have, and there you go, you're all set. It means you can quickly get up a nice and cohesive space in the front and then spend more time organizing the back where you have your products. So yeah, let's choose some products. Now that I have all my enamel pins selected, I'm gonna go into my design software and make a very simple poster layout where I can showcase all the different enamel pins. I am putting the names of each pin on this as well, but I'm making a number, and the number is a lot bigger than the actual name. It means that anyone who's interested can like have a closer read if they want to, but if they just like the pin, whatever animal it is, and they want it, they can just say, you know, I want number 12 or I want number 6, and I can quite easily find that for them. Obviously, to be able to do that, you need to make a poster copy for yourself as well that you can have in the back of your booth, because otherwise you'll end up like bending through your little peek hole in your artist alley setup or whatever it is you have so that you can see what's on the poster. If you think you'll have issues kind of seeing the poster from behind your table, then just make a copy for yourself. You don't have to put actual products on it. You can just do a little doodle or like a photo, whatever it is you want. Personally, I'm just going to keep the names. I think because I'm not bringing a lot of them, I should be able to keep track of them without the names. Famous last words. Now that we have all our enamel pins ready, the next thing I want to do is to make some signage. I want to make price tags and I want to make signs for the different products I'm doing. And I'm going to show you the process for how I do that. As I mentioned before, I am bringing a smaller amount of things to this event, so that will help me keep track of everything as well. The price tags I need are for enamel pins, they are for mystery enamel pins, they are for sticker sheets, A5 art prints, I'm only bringing one size, plushie keychains, and those are all the items that I am bringing. If that seems like a lot to you, it is about a third of what I tend to bring, so for me it seems like very little in comparison. And I imagine that that amount is kind of like the, I don't know, the sweet spot in terms of keeping your display readable, but also having, you know, having enough interest, but without overwhelming your audience. Let's do it! Tools that I'm using for this are my Epson EcoTank printer. I'm using the 8500, and I'm using my Cricut Maker, and I'm also just using my Furban paper trimmer, because sometimes it's just easier to cut it out by hand. In terms of paper, I am printing on 300 GSM cardstock because it is the thickest that my printer will allow me to go. If I could go thicker, I would go thicker, but I can't, so that's where we are.
No sleep, my veins run dry, I'm empty. I can't see, I'm blinded by this concrete. And I should call you, see what you've been up to. I've been wondering, how far did you go in 7 months? I bet you're happy and don't think that much about me. Here I am alone, how to move on without you. Without you. New face, same old good. mile wide. 'Cause I got everything I need, but not what I wanted. 'Cause I just wanted you. And if I could, I'd leave the city too. I don't blame you. And I should call you, see what you've been up to. I've been wondering, how far did you go in 7 months? I bet you're happy and don't think that much about me. Here I am not knowing how to move on without you, 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 you. Oh, without you, you.
And honestly, it really is that simple. So I drew my price tags and things in Procreate. I then brought them into my design software just to clean them up. I then imported them to Cricut, and then I just printed them out and cut them up. I think that drawing your price tags in your creative style is such a fun and effective way of introducing your products to your customers, because they get the whole visual tour of your stand, and even the price tags become kind of exciting. So I think it helps in terms of giving people a nice experience while they're there. I'm so shiny, I'm so sorry, and it's very, very, very messy in here. But I wanted to show you how I pack my suitcase. So I try to fit all my display items into one area, and then I try to put my products into another area. And I usually bring more products than just what I can fit in here. So in those cases, I will bring a backpack as well. And that just helps me to not have to carry 2 suitcases around. I can have a big backpack and then 1 suitcase, and it's just a lot easier to manage. So I have all my display items in here. That includes my grid cubes, the fasteners, like a DIY kit of Velcro and things like that, a hammer. And in here I'm going to put all my products. I have so many pins prepped at the moment. There's so much here. But yeah, I think we can fit them all. And I almost forgot my tablecloth. That would have been very bad. Very, very bad. I love this one. It's a green gingham fabric. And oh, it's so pretty. I've been using the white ones for so long and I really hated them because they always looked really messy. So I am super excited to finally have a nice white one. No, nice checkered green one. I always wanted to do a custom printed one, but I'm always scared that I'm gonna change my mind and then just have like a bunch of tablecloths with different branding. But yeah, we'll see what happens. My photo frames with the enamel pins, I'm gonna put them there for now. I'm gonna take that as a sign that hook wants to come, so I'm gonna bring that. I always feel like I'm just kind of treading around here. I'm always so scared of putting anything in the suitcase because it becomes such a permanent thing, but we're gonna do it. We can do it. at the moment. I'm putting them into these boxes and they're kind of like super tightly packed. I am going to reorganize them a little bit when I get to the convention, but at least when they're in these boxes, I'll be able to just kind of take them out and put them on the table. So it does speed up things a little bit. An ideal would be to have boxes with lids on them. I'm using all mine at the moment, so those are gonna have to do, but I think it's all right. They also fit a lot of stuff. Ooh, did you hear my knee knack? There we go. It's a bit like Jenga. I'm running so late, it's kind of almost not even funny. My studio is an absolute mess. Gonna have to deal with that at some point, but that will be a task for future me, for future Evie. She will deal with it. She's got this.